FY18 has been a challenging year for AMP overall. We've had a resilient performance of our core businesses. Obviously, the wealth management business was more affected by the issues linked to the Royal Commission, but that was offset by good growth in bank and AMP Capital, where especially we saw lots of good flows from our international clients. As we flagged a couple of weeks ago, the wealth protection business is more structurally challenged, and that is the business that we've sold to Resolution Life. Clearly a difficult discussion and decision for the board, given how important our dividend is for our shareholders, but the board sends a very clear message that we want to maintain a very strong capital base. So this is clearly our top priority for this year to execute on this project. This is a very complex project because the insurance has been the core business of this firm, and we need to split it out of the whole organization. Now clearly the results that we've seen in the second half underline how challenged this business is from a structural perspective, and why Resolution Life, who is an in-force backbook specialist, is much better placed from both a management and a capital ownership perspective as an owner of these assets. And we're convinced that with this transition, we will be able to deliver better performance and better customer outcomes. What we wanted to do with our rebasing of financials is show how our financials look like once the transaction completes, and what's the baseline of business that we can start to build upon. We will have 4 core businesses: an AMP Capital business, which is a globally relevant investment manager, a bank, which is an online and direct bank in Australia, and then 2 wealth management businesses, one in New Zealand, where our core priorities is to set it back on a growth path, and an Australian wealth management, which is today more challenged, but is really in a great position to benefit from the industry disruption that's happened in this space. So as we execute on the transaction, we will end up with a much more agile, entrepreneurial, and client-focused AMP. The Royal Commission has been a very confronting but valuable experience for the financial services industry in Australia. At AMP, we've embraced it as a catalyst for change. The next phase now is about working with the regulator, the government, and all the other stakeholders to make sure that once these recommendations are translated into effective legislation, they keep the client at the center of everything. We are very committed at AMP to change.